Welcome to Deep Thought. Stupidity is doing the same failing thing over and over. I want y'all to think about that for a second. How often have you seen someone just keep failing at something? And it's stupid. Look, they not winning at it. They're not winning at it, but they keep doing it over and over. Indeed, and y'all don't have to admit this, how often have you done the same thing? In fact, I could have made the title longer because the original title was Stupidity is doing the same failing thing over and over and expecting a different result. That was more of a technical thing. Sometimes, YouTube get funny about titles that are too long. So I said, let me keep it simple. But think about it. How often have you seen or personally experienced doing the same thing over and over? But you keep getting the same result, but you keep expecting something different. Well, if I tried this time, I tried this time. And that can be with anything. Like, okay, and sometimes people say, well, I can't help it. This is how I have to do it. Let me use a basketball example that I'll use on my main channel sometime. All right, you keep trying to shoot that three-pointer, and you keep shooting it the same way, and you keep missing. Now, somebody say, well, maybe I'll hit it. Well, but you keep failing. You might hit it, 1 out of 100. Oh, yeah, but you want to hit 30 out of 100. All right, what would you do? Now, someone smart would say, okay, I keep shooting it this way. Okay, I need to maybe change my stance. How I'm doing it, how I'm releasing. Like, I'll use that for an example. Somebody would say, well, they can't change it. En contraire. I remember at my college, St. Joe's University, there was a guy, and he wasn't a three-point shooter, but there was a coach who worked with him, and he developed a very good three-point shot. And all the coach did was just change the mechanics. See, when I say doing the same failing thing over and over, that means you're doing it the exact same way. Now, the logic, the intelligent thing to do was, okay, this ain't working. Let me change something up. Like, okay, I'm known for talking about relationships. And, every now and then I get a guy say, wow, and they sincere. I keep approaching these women over and over, and they keep rejecting me. Oh, there's something wrong with me. Oh, well, maybe you need to change what you're doing. And I talked about this in my book, Nice Guys and Players. I said you need to learn from each rejection and change something. And it could be something small. Are you standing too close to the woman? Are you trying to talk to a woman, you got bad breath? Are you trying to talk to the woman and you're like, hey, how you doing? And if y'all can't hear me or y'all couldn't hear that, hey, that's what they're doing. You're smelling, you're looking unconfident. Now, if they start changing it, they get different results. See, when I say same thing over and over, I mean literally the same thing. You're not trying to change anything. I talked about intelligence. Part of intelligence is learning from your mistakes. And I'm going to get more into that in the next podcast. But a big part of intelligence is, you know what? Ain't working. This ain't working. This is not working. Like, okay, I tell you, I still work out and stuff. One of the things that I had to change up. I had a tendency not to really rest up between sets. And a personal trainer told me that and stuff. Now, sometimes I'll reduce the rest time, if I'm kind of cutting and stuff. And that's something I'm doing now anyway. But when I was really lifting heavy, bulking and everything, I would take longer between it. I would take longer because I say, okay, this is better. I'm getting more rest between sets. All I did was just change up one little small thing. See, when I say the same failing thing, that means you're not changing up anything. You keep expecting to work. Or the basketball example, or dealing with relationships. You got to look at yourself and say, okay, this is failing. And you don't have to abandon it. You can still have the same goal, but you might have to change up something. Like I'll use an example when I'm doing these podcasts and recording them. People don't realize how much I'll constantly change up something. Or I'll say, or just to make it better. It wasn't failing, but it was like, okay, this is better. Like the recording software I used, it was better than the last one. And this is like the third time I've changed recording software and stuff. And no telling, it might be bad, but it's like, it wasn't failing, but I was like, okay, let me make this better. Let me slight change here and there, or when I record something, I would always make slight changes. Maybe if I'm recording a video where I'm on live, I'll, push it back, might push the camera back at a distance or something. Hold the microphone. You're always making small ones. Don't do the exact same thing, always making an adjustment or something like that. But stupidity is not making that change, and you're failing. You're not getting the relationships you want. What is it within you? You don't even, like some people might try to blame everybody. Like a man will say, oh, these women are bad, or women will say, oh, these men are bad. Only thing they have in common is you. So if you change something, you'll change. I've actually done that, like relationship wise. There were some things about myself, I just changed it all of a sudden. It was even some women that had rejected me, they started looking at me different and treating me different. Even told me, they say, you know what, you changed up. I just changed up. And the thing was, I wasn't changing up just for them. I was changing up for my own benefit. That's the key with that. Or if I've seen this on jobs. I've seen plenty of people on jobs, done it myself on jobs. You might maybe getting the attention or extra hours or something. You change up something. And I've seen some people change up. I've seen one guy, he wasn't getting the respect on the job. He wasn't getting the respect. He wasn't getting any extra hours. He was part-time. All of a sudden, all he did, he changed up everything. He changed up his haircut. He changed up how responsive he was on the job, everything. All of a sudden, boom, his clothing and everything, all of a sudden, he was getting opportunity after opportunity. He didn't do the same thing over and over. That's the important thing. That's how you want to roll with it. All right? So anyway, don't do the same thing over and over. Intelligence is learning from your mistakes and changing up something. All right? So anyway, I want y'all to think on that and get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.